Good evening, Saturday Night Warriors. For all you scratchers out there, we have got a $20 challenge here this evening. This is the first day of October, and as you can see, we have 4 of the California I Love Californias. We have 4 of the diamonds, and then we have 4 of the word games, which we tried last night, and we really didn't know how to play them, but we have sort of a better understanding now. We also made an error last night. We thought we won $4 less than we really did win. So instead of winning $14 last night, we actually got close to all our money back with the exception of $2 because we had made a slight error. On this game here, what we're going to do, and I noticed on all the other tickets, these bottom squares had the A's and the B's. So we're going to scratch these first. Now that's a Q. Alright, so E's and A's we're going to find first. Let me scan out here so you guys can follow along. So we need A's and E's. Sure we try not to miss them like we did last night. There's an E. Another E. Another E. Did we miss any? A's and E's. Not too many of them, really. And did we miss a Q? I do not see a Q, but I'm not the best speller. Alright, let's go back down and scratch off a couple more letters. A B and a V. We've got a B. I don't remember a V here. Nope. Alright. Let's look at the next 3 numbers. GCF. Let's see what we can do. GCF. There's a G. There's a C. There's another G. There's our first F, GCF. And I think that's it. Well, we're not scratching a lot of letters here. Alright, back to the next 3. W, T, and N. There's a T. W, T, and N. There's another W. There's an N. There's a W, T, and an N. Well, we got 2 T's here on the word a little. No more W's. Alright. An S should be a good one. RSM. There's an R up top, R here, S, another R, RSM. Those should be good ones, R and S. RS. And that's it. We are in trouble here, it looks like. We need some help. We need an I for sure. And we could use an L. Well, let's see if we have a J. No J. Well, we should have a D, although I don't think that's going to win us any of the words. D. The last one is an O, but we have no L. We have no R. Let's double check this ticket together here, guys. We need an I, which we do not have. We need a U. Another U. No L. We know we have no I. Boy, we didn't do too well here. There is a T, which didn't really help us. There is a P. but no H. No H here, and of course we know we have no L and we have no I. Well, we didn't do so well there. We have 3 more of these. I'll scratch them a little faster here. Maybe we'll go 4 of them at a time so we don't make this video too long. Alright, let's start with the top. V and an L. L was the one we needed last time. Well, I see a V. I don't see any L's. Boy, 1 V. Alright, how about a J and a Z? J and a Z. We got a J. Z, I don't think's going to be there. J1, no? Alright, the next 2 is an F and a W. W. I have an F. Boy, no more F and W unless I'm missing something. I'm sure you guys would let me know, kind of like last night when I made a mistake. Okay, KHD. KHD. K H D K H and a D. There's a K H and a D. We know we have a D here. We sure could use an E. I don't like the looks of this ticket already. BG and an M. BG and an M. BG and an M. One lousy M. BG and an M. There's a G down here. No B's. It's hard to believe. Okay, we have an OPN. We got that, an O and a P and an N, O and an N, OPN. We had an H, didn't we? I missed that one. OPN. O should be a good one. OPN. I guess we had no R, huh? OP and an N. O. There's an N. There's another O. OP and an N. We had no E, we had no R. Alright, we're going to have to pull it out here on these last 3 numbers. Well, a U can't hurt us, but it also can't help us. I guess that was the last ticket we needed, a U. Alright. Oh, there's an E. Now that's not going to hurt our feelings. Desk. Joker. Degree, and E and a U. So we need an R here, which I don't see unscratched yet. The only way we can win is with a T or an R. We win twice, and that's about it. So let's hope for an R. No, we have an A. I don't think that's going to help us. A and an A and an A, and we needed an I right there. Of course, no I. I will double check these. Scratch it off here, just in case it was to say something. I think this is not going to be a winner also. Alright. Let's start at the top this time. We seem to have had the better numbers up there. There we go. There we go. OAI. O up here. An A. Another O. Another A. There's an I and an A. OAI. There's an O. And no A's and I's. Well, that wasn't the worst start. CNK. There's an N. There's another C. CNK. There's an N. CNK. No more. Alright, moving down the line here. A W, an S, and a Y. W, S, and a Y, which I don't see any. W, S, W, S, and I did not treat us so well. Here's another S, so there's a Y. We did miss that one. W, S, and Y. W, S, and Y. So right here, if we can come up with a D, we will finally maybe have a winner. Let's hope for a D, guys. There's an H. Start here on the H. Right there on the H. And that is the last H. F. Let's see if we have an F. E's. Lots of E's. No F's. Boy, an E wouldn't. An E would do us no harm. Alright, there's a G for grow. And that is our only G. No R, no W. Oh, there is a W. See? W. Missed that one altogether once again. Of course, like I said, I'm not the best speller here. Alright, we are still looking. An E would be a great one, actually. I don't think a Z is going to help us. No Z's tonight. Not a Z in sight. It's an L. I don't think L's going to help us either. Nope. No L's. Alright, we're running low on letters again. We know we have a T somewhere. There's a T, there's a T, there's a T. There's another T, there's another T. Yeah, we could really use an E. We could really use an E. E or a P. Alright, 3 to go. There's a J. There isn't a J in sight. Nope. Alright, second to the last one is an M, which I don't think is going to help us too much unless an E comes now. We could win with an E, we could win with an E there, we could win with an E here. So that's one M. Mouse. There's no U, so we can't win with an E there. This word here never got off the ground. Alright, we really need an E here, guys, and it's not. It's B. I think we are shut out again with that B. I will double check, but I don't think this one is a winner. Alright, we have one more of these, and then we have 8 of the diamonds and the Californias, which we've won on all of those. So let's do this. Let's start here. We'll scratch off the S and the T. There's an S, and that's a Z we needed. An S and a T. There's a T, and no S's and no T's. That's just it, huh? One S and one T. That, oh, here's a T up here for toe. That'll be the one we win because it's so short. No more T's and O's. Okay. Moving on. N and a P. There's an M, close. There's an O, it's close. N and a P. Patch. Camel's close. Office. Curve. Boy, nothing. Nothing. Alright. J and a C, we know jog. J and a C. 1, 2 C's, no more J's, no more C's. Alright, get 3 of them here. A Q, a D, and a K. Q, a D, and a K. Don't ring a bell. How could we not get one of those numbers? A Q, a D, and a K. Am I missing that? I don't think we've got a Q, a D, or a K anywhere in sight. That row is a bust. Maybe that means they're going to give us all winners now up here. XFV. Doesn't look promising either. XFV. There's a V. Definitely no X's here. F's and V's. So 2 for office. Office. That wasn't too good either. Alright, we've got a G, an H, and an O, and I think we finally have a winner, guys. Yep. Jog. I told you that would be a winner because it was so short. Oh, you know what? Oh yeah, there is it. That's right. J-O-G. Okay, O-H-G. I'm so excited I lost track of what I was doing here. O-H-G. A lot of O's. 1H. O-H-G. There's another O. There's another O. H and a G. No C's, no I's. No A's, no E's. We really need some A's and E's up here now. Let's go one at a time. There's an A. That'll help. That will help. It really help if an E comes. Okay, A for patch. Camel. Can't believe we don't have any of these. I must have missed one. I missed the C, of course. The N is not an M. There's no E yet. That's the one we really need. L won't help us. An A. M and no S. Alright. An I could not be the worst one we get, although girl doesn't have any other. RL. Office. No C. Oh, here's another one I missed, guys. Office. Office. C. Now an E would be the best one that could come right now. Let's all hope. Nope. It's a U. Let's see if a U gives us anything. It would have if we would have had an R, which we have no R, as you see, to spell occur. And that's the only U. So let's do this. Let's see what prize we won. I have a feeling, being as it's a short word, it's going to be a short prize. Oh, it's not a short prize. It's $10. That is more than I was expecting. When I saw those two little zeros, I thought it was going to be a $3. This is our first winner on these cards, and we spent $12 on the word games. We got 10 back, which is more than I thought we were going to get. I guess it doesn't have a little code down here that says what you won, like some of them do. It will say 10 or 5. Okay, we do have a winner. Word games. Oops, sorry guys. Word games. That's our first winning word games. We played 2 the other day and we got skunked. Now, I think what we'll do is we'll play our diamonds ticket. We have 4 of these. Let me come in a little closer here without the glare. This is the one that we are looking for, the star symbol, as it states down here. Lots of clover leaves. They're never very lucky. Rainbows. Alright. No star symbols there, but we can still win if this lights up $10, which it lit up 15. So moving down here, there's a heart, a ring, a crown, a rainbow. We need that star. Nope. We have never hit this $10 spot. And of course we're halfway done. It doesn't look like we're going to hit it tonight either. Although we have hit some triple winners on these diamonds tickets. Nothing there. Maybe the last one is going to be the charm. Another 15 doesn't help us. we need the star. As you can see, we're not getting close to the stars. We're reaching for the stars. Now there's a star. See if we got another one. Alright, we'll scratch this one here in plain view. This is a winner. Now, it's got those same little zeros there. $5, not bad. $5. We spent $4 on these 4 cards, and we are returned $5. So now, including our winning $10 on word games, I think we're only behind by $1. We've spent 12, 16. We got back 10 and 5. Only down $1. Not bad. Now, we've won on I Love California before. Let's start at the bottom, find our winning numbers. We've actually hit a lot of the L's, the lotto symbols, that's given us an instant prize as opposed to matching 3 numbers. Match any of your numbers to either of the 2. Okay, this is, you don't match 3 here. We have to get a 10 or a 14. Let's see, 10, 11. No 14, no 10. Alright, moving down to this one. Lucky numbers are 16 and 23. No, no good there. Alright, let's hope we don't get skunked on these, because we've done very well with these tickets actually. Alright, 8 and 15 is what we're looking for. 8. 8 is a winner. Maybe we get 2 winners. Maybe we get an L. 8 or 15. Alright, well, we have a winner here on a $1 card. Let's see what we have. There's those little zeros again. You think it'll be a 5? No, it's a 2. Alright, we're $3 into these. We got 2 back. Could be worse. Alright, lucky 7 and 15. I have a feeling we're going to hit 2 of these. 7 and... oh, I thought that was a 15 for a fleeting second. Thought that was a 7, but it was. 7 and 15. Nope. Alright, we do have a $2 winner on our last ticket here. We have a $5 ticket here, makes 7. And we have a $10 ticket here, which makes 19. So we get 19 back out of 20, and that means one thing, guys. We are going to play again tomorrow. Yesterday we got 18 out of 20. Today we got 19 out of 20. For having a little bit of fun, you can't get much better than that. Look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Have a great night.